If a man is using a woman, he will do these 7 things. Looking for a meaningful relationship can be tough, can't it? Especially when not all men have good intentions. It's important to watch out for the signs that a man might be using you for his own gain. In this video, we'll go over 7 telltale signs that'll help you protect yourself from being taken advantage of. By the end, you'll be armed with the knowledge you need to spot red flags and find a partner who cherishes, respects, and loves you for who you are. And if you're watching our video for the first time, please press that red button to subscribe to our channel and comment, "I've subscribed," so we can thank you. Number 7. He only contacts you when he wants something. Are you only hearing from the man in your life when he needs something from you? Maybe it's a ride somewhere, a favor, or perhaps he only contacts you when he wants to hook up. It's important to recognize that when a man only reaches out to you for his own benefit, he may not be interested in developing a genuine relationship or taking the time to get to know you as a person. This behavior can be frustrating and hurtful, especially if you believe you are trying to keep the relationship alive. It can also leave you feeling used and exploited. If you notice that the man in your life only contacts you when he needs something, it may be time to step back and rethink the relationship. You deserve to be with someone who values you and wants to spend time with you, not just when it's convenient for them. While it's true that not every time a guy asks for a favor means he's taking advantage of you, it's important to pay attention to his behavior. If you find that he only contacts you when he needs something, and he never seems interested in spending time with you without an agenda, it could be a sign that he's not interested in a genuine relationship. It's important to pay attention to his actions and behavior and speak up if you feel like you're being taken advantage of. Number 6. He only talks about himself. So let's move on to the next sign that a man is taking advantage of you. He only talks about himself. Have you ever tried to converse with someone only to find out that they just keep talking about themselves? It can be frustrating and leave you with the impression that they don't care about you or what you have to say. A man who is using you may be uninterested in getting to know you as a person. Instead, he may only want to discuss himself and his personal interests. For example, he could spend the entire evening talking about his job, hobbies, or accomplishments without ever asking about yourself. This can leave you feeling like you're not important or valued in a relationship. Another manifestation of this behavior is if the man in your life dismisses or belittles your ideas. When you express your thoughts or feelings, he may say things like, "That's a stupid idea," or "I don't think you really know what you're talking about." This can be upsetting and make you feel like your voice isn't being heard. Remember that a healthy relationship requires both giving and taking. Both partners should be interested in each other's lives and opinions and respect each other's feelings and thoughts. Number 5. He cancels plans last minute. Have you ever planned something with someone only to have them cancel in the last minute? It can be frustrating and make you feel unimportant when someone cancels on you like that, especially if you were looking forward to spending time together. When a man is using you, he may not be interested in the relationship or investing time with you. He may make plans with you but then cancel them with little explanation or for a reason that seems questionable. For instance, he might say, "Sorry, something came up at work," or "I'm just really tired and don't feel like going out tonight." This can leave you feeling disappointed and questioning the validity of the relationship. If this is a consistent pattern of behavior with the man in your life, it could suggest that he's not looking for a serious relationship with you. While it's possible for legitimate reasons to arise for canceling plans occasionally, if it happens frequently and without a reasonable explanation, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship. Number 4. He doesn't introduce you to his friends and family. Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like you were being kept a secret? It's not a pleasant feeling, and it can indicate that something isn't quite right. When a man uses you, he might not want to introduce you to his friends or family because he isn't truly invested in the relationship. He may be keeping his options open or be unwilling to commit to a serious relationship with you. Alternatively, he may be embarrassed to introduce you to his friends and family, which could be a warning sign. Of course, he could have legitimate reasons for not introducing you to his friends or family. Perhaps he wants to wait until the relationship is stronger or until he knows you better. But if it's been a long time and you still haven't met anyone in his life, it might be time to sit down with him and talk about why. Number 3. He never pays for anything. If you find yourself in a situation where the man in your life never pays for anything, it could be a sign that he's not invested in the relationship or is taking advantage of your generosity. This can manifest in various ways, such as always suggesting low-cost dates or activities when it's his turn to pay, but suggesting more expensive options when it's your turn. Another red flag is when the man never offers to pay the bill. While couples are increasingly splitting bills or taking turns paying, It's still important to show appreciation for your partner by offering to pay for things on occasion. If the man in your life never offers to pay for anything, it could indicate that he isn't interested in investing in a relationship or shouldering his fair share of the financial responsibility. It's also important to consider how the man responds when you offer to pay for something. Is he grateful and appreciative, or does he expect you to foot the bill every time? A man taking advantage of you may not express gratitude for your contributions or expect you to pay for everything without him doing his fair share. Number 2, he never opens up to you. Both partners in a healthy relationship share their thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities with each other. If the man in your life is always closed off and unwilling to share anything personal with you, it could be a sign he isn't interested in developing a deeper connection with you and is instead using you. One example of this behavior is when a man constantly changes the subject or deflects when you try to discuss something personal or emotional with him. He may be uncomfortable with vulnerability and not want to share any information about himself that could be interpreted as a weakness. Alternatively, he may not be that interested in getting to know you on a deeper level and instead seeks a casual fling. Thinking about how a man reacts when you open up to him is also crucial. Is he uneasy or dismissive, or does he actively listen and offer support and encouragement? A man using you may not want to hear about your problems or concerns and may attempt to change the subject or minimize your feelings. Remember that a healthy relationship requires both partners to be vulnerable and open with each other. Don't be afraid to discuss your expectations and what you want in a relationship. And if he won't meet you halfway, it's time to move on and find someone who will. Number 1, he makes promises he can't keep. Promises are an essential part of any healthy relationship as they show commitment and build trust. However, if the man in your life frequently makes promises that he can't keep, it might be a red flag that he isn't truly invested in the relationship and is using you for his own benefit. For instance, he may promise you an extravagant vacation or expensive gift to impress you, but then never follow through. Alternatively, he may promise to introduce you to his family or move in with you, only to continually put it off or make excuses. This behavior can leave you feeling let down and question the authenticity of the relationship. It's essential to pay attention to how a man reacts when he breaks his promises. Does he take responsibility for his actions and try to make amends? Or does he shift the blame to you and avoid accountability? A man who takes advantage of you may not be willing to admit his mistakes or make an effort to repair the relationship. In conclusion, remember that not all relationships are the same, and what works for one may not work for another. If you see any of these red flags in your relationship, it's important to take a step back and reassess things. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content.